So the first thing that we want to talk about is what is the nature of human experience? What does it mean to be in an ethically salient situation? And the first thing I want to say is that we are embedded in the world. We experience the world before we understand it, before we actually make meaning of it. Imagine that you're walking along in the middle of the night and you're barefoot and you step on a piece of Lego that your kid left behind. What's that going to be like? It's going to hurt like heck, probably. And so notice there, we didn't think about what's going on. We just experienced the pain of it. Or pain's a good example to illustrate this. So imagine that you have a stomach ache. I have a stomach ache. In fact, this happened to me not so long ago. Had a really bad stomach ache. And I just was feeling awful. So went to the doctor, asked the doctor for help. The doctor wants to help me. So the doctor asks me, well, tell me about the pain. What kind of pain is it? Is it a sharp pain? Is it a dull pain? I'm like, I don't know, just fix it. And he starts to push. Oh, it's sharp there. Well, it's not so, it's kind of dull there. Okay, how bad is the pain? On a scale of 1 to 10, is it a 1 or is it a 10? Oh, no, it's like a 4 or 5. Ah, it's a 9, right? So notice that the doctor wants to help, but in order for the doctor to help, he needs to understand the meaning I'm making of my experience. I'm experiencing it first, and then I'm making meaning of it, trying to say what's going on, put it into a context that other people can help. My point is that we actually engage the experiences that we have first at a physical, at an emotional, even at a spiritual level. Human beings, though, are meaning-making creatures. So as we experience the world, we want to try to understand what's going on. So in every situation, what happens is we bring into the situation some level of understanding that we've already developed. We then bump into an experience, and then we learn from that experience. And we do this consciously and unconsciously, but we learn from that experience, and then we come out of an experience with a different understanding. It just might be a little bit different, but a different understanding than the understanding we came into the experience with. To illustrate this, imagine that you're walking, let's say you have an appointment in a busy corporate office somewhere, and you're walking in downtown, and you walk towards the building, and you see the front doors, and they're not labeled push or pull. Well, you know, based on your meaning of the world that you've made in previous experiences, that in order to navigate this door, to get into the building, you either have to push or pull. And you say, well, I've seen these kinds of doors before, and I think you actually have to push them to get in. So you go in into the door, and you go in with some force, and you're wrong. You bump into the door, it doesn't open, and your nose is a little bit uncomfortable, and your ego is maybe a little bit more bruised than your nose is. What happened there? Well, you realize you came into that with some understanding. You realize that that understanding was wrong, that this particular door needs to be pulled for you to enter the building. So you pull the door, and you manage to achieve what you wanted to achieve. Notice now that you're different. You're feeling the pain of the experience a little bit, sure, but you also have a little bit of a different understanding of this door particularly. The next time you go to this building, you will know better whether to pull it or push it. And these kinds of doors, you have a better understanding of probably as well. At least your general understanding of how to open or close these doors might have changed. The point of all of this is that we experience the world as human beings before we make sense of it, and then we're always growing in our sense-making of different experiences that we have.